Hi everyone, I'm Heather from Woolly Elephant. I hope you enjoy this tutorial where we're going to be making this giant beach style tote bag with a drawstring top. It's great for carrying all your things to the beach, your towels, your swimsuit and things like that. I've used 3 tea towels for the outer, which is like a lightweight canvas fabric. It will hold if you've got children, if you've got kids going for a sleepover. It'll hold their sleeping bag, their pillow, their pyjamas, maybe their teddy could sit in the front pocket. You get everything in there. This is a really big bag. Sits over your shoulder quite nicely. Though you can't see that too well in the picture, but it's a nice big bag. You can adjust the handles to fit for your size, and if you don't want the across the shoulder, if it's a bit heavy, you can just hold the grab handles. I've used a shower curtain for the lining and the top part, so it will give a bit of water resistance. Purchased both of those from Asda. You can download all the instructions that you need from my Ko-fi shop, which I will link below. This is a fully written out pattern with quite detailed instructions. There's no pictures in the pattern. It is designed to go alongside the tutorial, but you can go over to my Ko-fi shop and buy that. I've set it as pay what you want with a minimum of £2 to download it. There's a lot of time gone into making this, so you've got quite a lot of detailed instruction in there, in your cutting guide, all the measurements, everything that you need. So I'll link down below where you can go and get yourself that. Okay, so I thought I'd have a go at making quite a reasonable sized tote bag cum beach bag with tea towels and a shower curtain that I got in Asda the other day. I saw these and thought on sale. They were normally £6 and at the moment they're £3, and you get 3, and they're like a lightweight. They feel like some of the lightweight canvases you can get. They're definitely a heavier cotton weight. So you got 3 in a pack, and they measure approximately 18 by 25 and a half inches size, so it's like having just a bit more than 3 fat quarters. The shower curtain is 180 centimetres squared, which is approximately 71 inches squared, so you get quite a lot for your money. Now if you're following these instructions and you don't have these, you can just make this out of your regular fabrics. You might have to just adjust your interfacing a little. Other items you're going to need is some wadding. This is an iron-on wadding, so it's gluey on one side. It's quite thin, but it's more like a felt, so it adds a little bit of structure. If you're making in a quilting cotton, for argument's sake, you may need to put on a layer of cotton woven interfacing as well first, and then put your wadding on just to stabilise it a little bit more. So you'll need 1 metre of your interfacing, approximately 1 metre. I'm using 38mm webbing, so you're going to need 4 metres of this. I'm using a 14-inch piece of zip on a roll. This is size 5. You'll need approximately 11 inches of 2-inch wide elastic. You can easily use narrower elastic than this. I like the quite wide stuff because it's a good grip for your bottle then. And then you need approximately 3 metres of a draw cord of your choice, or if you make your own draw cord out of fabric. Okay, before we start assembling, can you see, because these are tea towels, they've had little plastic holders in them, and it leaves holes in your fabric. This is what holds all the tea towels together. Now, because these are a cotton woven fabric, you can either use the little ball on your unpicker, or you can I just use the butt of my scissors and just rotate it round work them out. You might want to do it on this side, and it just sort of works them back together. If the fibres aren't damaged, because it's a woven fabric, they will just gradually disappear if you work them back in. Okay, so for your first pieces that you cut out, we're going to do A. Now imagine I've pressed this. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So this is how your tea towel looks. Give that a good press first before you start. Turn it over to the wrong side. Obviously you can cut off the Asda label if you don't want that. And then to make the side shapes, now this is a non-directional fabric, which works out best because you haven't got to worry about which way it goes up. So at what is going to be the top left and the top right, going to draw a line from the edge, start at half an inch down. So basically the seam on this, I'm not going to cut the seams off here for this bit. These will just be sewn in. You could be able to sew a seam line along the edge of that. So I'm just going to mark it at it's approximately half an inch down. If you're not using a tea towel, if you're just using a piece of fabric, do the same. Just mark half an inch down from both the top corners, and then on the bottom corners mark in at 3 inches. So do this on both corners, and then just join the two lines, the two marks together. Okay, so you'll do that on both sides. Obviously you want a pen that works. Okay, mine still doesn't work, but you get the drift. There should be a pen line there. You don't have to draw the pen line. You can, if you're on your cutting mat, just put it at the top where your marks are, here and here, and then you can use your rotary cutter and cut that side off. I like to draw a line. That way I know I'm going to get it right. Oh, we're nearly there. And then I would cut that off with my scissors. That way I know I'm not going to slip. If you slip with your ruler sometimes, I'm not going to slip. So then you would repeat that on this side, and that will give you this shape. So just a little bit of shape. Okay, so that shows you those cut off there. So then you've got these little excess bits. If you want to do any extra decoration, you can use it from those bits. So that's for your back and your front. So I've done one in green and one in yellow. The yellow is going to be my front panel. So this is the yellow one. And the green is going to be my back panel. So you've got those two. So I'll just set those aside. Right, just a quick run through of all the pieces that you need. Now I've used masking tape for labelling mine. So for A, you'll need 2. You'll need a back and a front. So I've done 1 from each tea towel. First 2 colours. And then we've got C is your base. So I've used the 3rd tea towel for this. So you'll need, I've used the hem in there as well. So don't worry about that. I'm just going to use that. It'll be hidden in the seam. So you need 1 base cut out of your outer fabric, C, and then you'll need 1 in your lining. You'll need 1 pocket piece, which is D. This looks like this because I've already assembled the top of mine. And then this is for your zipper lining pockets on the back. So this is E, and you'll need 2 of those. Now the draw cord channel for the top of the draw cord, that's F. You'll need 2 of those in your outer fabric. And for the top section, I, you'll need 2 of those out of the lining fabric.